What's going on here, guys? Welcome into year 8 of my Utah Pioneers franchise mode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out year 7. If you haven't already, it should be up here or in the comments below, as well as make sure you check out our other platforms at Sally Hard on X, Instagram, and Twitch. Without further ado, I don't think we have anything else to say here. I think we know what's going on this year. It's a huge season for Utah Pioneers. I think we made some huge additions to this team. Without further ado, let's jump into the video here. So let's take a look up here at the lineup. On the first line here, we have Yzerman with McTavish and Keller now getting that +5. Fedorov with Savoy and Doan getting a +4. Fedotov, Gastrin, and Gunther getting a +2. And Lecker, Ladonsky, and Vitainen. On the fourth, we have Juracek and Slavin there on the first line pairing. Edvinsson and Perek up to that medium elite. And then Edvinsson, the free agent pickup there, huge free agent pickup. I think that's massive. Shimisev and Badinka. And the other free agent pickup is McTavish. I think those pickups are going to be huge for this team. Literally, Edvinsson is 6'6" and McTavish is 6 foot and he's 214. And this guy plays like a big man. So that's the kind of thing we need to bring into this team. Dude, let's look at the goalies here. Eli Vinny up to an 88 and Olsen and backing him up again. So running back that pairing. Checking out the AHL lines. Villemans, Ratty, Lane, Bykov, Montsko, Wood, Vitainen, Glencross, Adams, Bartley, Nielsen, and Leighton, Vanison, Eakin, Morden, Golyev, Andersons, and Levo. And in net, we have Calvalo and Donovan. Donovan there is that medium elite goalie. Calvalo is the high starter. And we have a couple of these low elites coming up in here, which is good to see. Quite a few of our low elites that are growing into the AHL. So hopefully they'll become pieces in the NHL here soon. But like I said, that's the team going in here to year 8. Can't wait to see what we can do this year. I think it's time to sim through month 1. Let's see how we can do. And like I said, we're going to sim through month 1 here and see how we're doing. And that's an amazing month 1 for us. Currently, we're in second place here in the Central. We're 1 point out of being in first place there. Looking here at the point leaders. Clayton Keller here with 9 points. Edmondson, the pickup there with 9 points. McTavish as well with 9 points. Oh my goodness. So the pickup's coming in clutch so far. Yzerman with 8. Doan with 6. Gunther with 5. Juracek with 5. Vitanen with 5. Gastrin with 4. Savoy with 4. Savoy still being underwhelming here. Perek with 4. Lecker with 4. Siliev with 4, Ladonsky with 4, Fedorov with 4, Simishev with 3, Fedotov with 3, Badinka with 2. And let's take a look at the goalies here. Olsen with a 907 and a 250, and Vinny there with a 903 and a 315. Good numbers there from our goalies, and it looks like they're splitting nicely. Team is looking very, very good right now so far. I think it's time to sit through another month. I think this team is primed. I don't think there's going to be a lot of moves we make here at the deadline again. I think we've said that almost every season, but this team is primed. We've spent finally up to the cap, I think, this year, pretty close to it. I think this is the year that we do it. I think this is the year that we press for a cup final, or that we press to do something big here in the playoffs. So let's go ahead. Let's jump in here. Let's jump through another month and see how we do. Simming through November here. Let's see how we do. And after an amazing month 2, Josh Doan leading the team there with 23 points in 21 games. And we're leading the Central Division here. We're 14-4-3. Check out the point leaders besides Doan. Fedorov there with 21. McTavish with 18. Savoy with 15. Keller with 15. Juracek with 14. Yzerman with 13. Edvinsson with 13. Siliev with 13. Gunther with 12. Perek with 11. Gastrin with 10. Ladowski with 10. Vitainen with 8. Lecker with 8. Fedotov with 7. Badinka with 6. Simishev with 5, and the goalies, Olsen with a 909 and a 256. Vinny there with a 923 and a 229. We have some different leaders here. McTavish and Edmondson, and I'm not sure who was up there before, but now we have the Doan up there and Fedotov. That line's doing really well, obviously. McTavish is another great pick up there. Taking a look here at the AHL stats. Adams there leading the team, 17 points in 18 games. He's a low top 6. Glencross with 15. Vitainen with 14, Ratty with 13, Lane with 12, Nielsen with 11, Basin with 11, Leighton with 10, and Wood with 10, and then we'll drop off there. Goalies, Calvalo has got a 950 and a 139, so dude's just popping off here in the AHL. He's probably ready sometime to jump up to the NHL. Donovan here, he's up to a 79, that medium elite again. Both teams looking pretty good here. I think it's about time we jump into another month and see how we do. Let's get through December here. After December, currently we are in first place still in the Central Division with 48 points. We're 21-9-6. Stone leading the team here with 31 points in 36 games. Fedorov tied with him with 31 as well. Keller with 30. McTavish with 25. Edmondson with 24. Savoy with 22. Eiserman with 21. Gunther, Juracek, Ladowski with 18. Siliev with 18. Lecker-Mackey with 16. Vatanen with 15. Gastrin with 15. Perek with 15. Fedotov with 12. Simashev with 10. And Badinka with 9. Take a look at the goalies here. Vinny with a 925 and a 223. And Olsen there with an 896 and a 321. Olsen's numbers not looking as good as they were. Vinny's numbers keeping up there, so good to see there. I don't think there's a lot of holes on this team. I think this is our year here. Let's get through January. Let's get to the end of the season. Let's get to the trade deadline. And let's see how this team is looking. And let's sim through January. Let's see how we do. And with about a month to the trade deadline here, we have about a sizable lead on the Central Division. We have 72 points. We're 32-12-8. When you look at the rest of the league, actually, we're only 2 points out of being the #1 team in the NHL. Number 2, we're behind the Buffalo Sabres here. They have 74 points. We have 72. That's a huge achievement. We haven't been that close to being at the top here since we started this. Looking at the point leaders here as a team, Fedorov there has 45, Evanson with 44, so that free agent addition has been massive so far. Dome with 40, Keller with 40, Eiserman with 34, Savoy with 34, McTavish with 34, Gunther with 31, Gastrin with 27, Lecker-Mackey with 27, Perek with 26, Juracek with 26, Ladowski with 26, Siliev with 24, Vatanen with 23, Fedotov with 19, Simashev with 13, and Badinka with 9. And goalies, Vinny with a 930 and a 216, and Olsen there with a 906 and a 287. Again, not a lot of holes. Not a lot of holes. Let's get up to the deadline here, and let's see if there's anything on the block. I don't believe we're going to make any moves. I think this team is primed and ready. Simming up to the deadline. And at the trade deadline here, we are the #1 team in the NHL. We have 90 points. We are 41-14-8. No other team has a better record. Let's take a look at the points here. Edmondson, the free agent defenseman pickup, is leading our team in points with 53 here. Fedorov has 52. Doan has 52. Keller has 51. McTavish with 45. So another great pickup there in McTavish. Eiserman with 43. Savoy with 41. Gunther with 40. Gastrin with 33. Lecker-Mackey with 31. Juracek with 30. Ladowski with 29. Perek with 29. Siliev with 25. Vatanen with 24. Fedotov with 23. Simashev with 19. And Badinka with 13. And last look at the goalies here before we jump in the deadline. A 930 for Vinny and a 217 and a 907 and a 278 for Olsen. So great stats there. I am amazed by this team. Edmondson really popping off for us here. That's a surprise. I didn't expect him to put up that many points. But without further ado, let's jump into the deadline here. Let's see if there's anything available. I believe we have a little bit of cap space, so if there's something big out there, we'll grab it. But I think this team is ready. We are the #1 team in the NHL for a reason. So let's jump into the deadline here. William Eklund leading the guys here. Chikrin, Berensky, Zaka, Verhey, Mukaladuman, Zari, Nyes, Chekarov, and Boomin. We're going to trade here. They have William Eklund on the block. We're going to give up Savoy here. I think it's an upgrade for us. Giving up the upgrade here in Savoy and a first in Hunwick, which is that medium elite goaltender. Let's see what they say. Trade's rejected. Sorry to deal based on what you wanted from us, but you're pretty far off in value. That's crazy because we are damn near on value. And after that failed Eklund trade, I believe that's the only things we're going to do here at the deadline. So I believe we're just going to run through. I think this team is ready. I don't think we need to make any more additions. And it seems like it's a tradition here, but I don't think we're going to take up that guy. So without further ado, I think it's time to jump through the rest of the season. Let's see who our first round opponent is. And at the end of the regular season here, we end the season with 109 points. We're 50, 23, and 9. We lead the Central Division. Looking at the whole league here, we're currently in third. We sat behind the New Jersey Devils and the Buffalo Sabres. New Jersey Devils are the President's Trophy champions. Let's take a look at the point leaders on our team. Fedorov there was 70. Doan was 69. Edvinsson was 66. So again, I think that's a huge pickup that we made there in the offseason. Keller was 62. Savoy with 58. McTavish 55. Eisner with 54. Gunther with 50. Gastro with 42. Breck with 41. Lecker-Mackey with 37. Yurchek with 34. Ladowski with 32, Siliev with 31, Fedotov with 29, Vatainen with 27, Simashev with 20, Bedinka with 19. Taking a look at the goalies, Vinny with a 924 and a 240 to end the season, and Olsen with a 905 and a 281. And that's about it. So let's see who our first round opponent is. We all know what this is. We all know what matters. It's playoff time. And our first round opponent, the Vancouver Canucks. Quick look at the Vancouver Canucks. They have Alexis Lafreniere now on the first line with Pedersen and Garland. Besser with Lindholm and Peltier. Soderblom with Bumgarner and Barkolzin. I'm not even going to butcher that name with Ratty and Protas. And on defense, they have Quinn Hughes with Hronek. Guriev with Harley. Lambos with Vanessa, and in net they have Demko and Sheridan. On paper, I would say we're a little bit better than this team. They still have the same goaltending as us, 88 overall. I think this is going to be an interesting series. So let's go ahead. Let's jump into game one here, and let's simulate through. We're just going to get into this game cast again. All right, game one. Here we go. Simulating through the first period, 0-0. Through 2. We're up 2-0. Gastrin, Edvinsson on Demko. We're going to slow sim the third here. 5 minutes in, 2-0 still. 10 minutes in, 2-0. And 5 minutes. And 3-0 Parka on Demko. And it looks like we're going to close out game one here at a score of 3-0. Big game there from Edvinsson, 2 points. Huge addition there. Let's jump in here to game two. Through the first period, 2 goals by Yzerman. Big fierce period by Yzerman there. Let's jump through the second. Second period, 6-1. Gastrin, Simashev, Gastrin again, and Savoy. Quinn Hughes there on Vinny, though. And we're going to slow sim the third again, up 6-1. 7-1 Parka there. And we're just going to finish the third there. And we win by a score of 7-1. Through the first 2 games, we are up 2-0 here against the Vancouver Canucks. Oh my goodness. I think this might be it. I don't want to get too ahead of myself here. Let's go ahead. Let's sim up here to game 3. Gastrin here leading our team in points. 4 points in 2 games. I believe he's on our third line there. That's crazy to see. Let's go ahead. Let's jump in here to game 3. Game 3 here. Sim the first period. We're on 1-0. Vatainen there on Demko. Sim through 2. 2-1. McTavish gets his first goal there that we see. And Harley slow sim the third. We're up 2-2 there. Besser on Vinny. 5 minutes left. Lindholm there, 3-2 Vancouver, 10 minutes left. 5 minutes left, 3-3 Gunther there. Oh my goodness. And game 3 is going to overtime. I made a new rule to myself. I believe we're going to start watching these games now when they make it to overtime. So let's have some fun, kick back, and let's watch some overtime hockey. Game 3 going on here. And here we are, the first look at our Pioneers in Vancouver. McTavish over the line, gets knocked off the puck there. And Lafreniere coming up the ice here. Here he comes down the wing, tries to center it. He gets a shot on goal there. Garland gets the puck in the corner up to the point to Hughes. Hronek gets it. Shot on goal there. The newly acquired guy over to Yurchek in the slot. Just misses. Yzerman puts down the slot again. Savoy, big shot there. Coming down the wall, Garland. Let's see what he's going to do. Over to Lafreniere. Lafreniere takes a shot. Big save there by Vinny. Tie game here. Game 3, tied 3-3. 15 minutes left here in overtime. Gastrin loses. Puck doesn't get out. Vancouver in the slot. Besser. And they score. Peltier there. And he's on the doorstep. And Vancouver wins it in overtime. Game 3 goes to Vancouver. And the series is 2-1 going into game 4. Wow. Man, game 3, that was an exciting one. So let's go ahead. Let's sim up here to game 4 after losing that tight one there in overtime. And let's go ahead. Let's sim up here at game 4. First period, 1-1, Lindholm and Fedotov through 2. Vancouver 4-1 there. Pedersen, Hughes, and Peltier. Oh, man. And they're about to make this a series, aren't they? Fedotov with 2. 5 minutes in, we're still down by 2. Coming back here. 10 minutes, still down by 2. 5 minutes. 3, 2, 1. And that's it. 4-3, and that's not enough. We are heading back. We're tied 2-2, and we are going back home here. Game 5. Simulate up to it. I can't believe we're tied 2-2 now. We won game 2 7-1. How are we losing both games 4-3 back-to-back there in overtime and regulation? Oh, man. All right, into game 5. Let's see how we do here. We can't lose. We need this game. Through 1-0 Fedorov here. Big goal. We'll simulate through 2. Keller and Yzerman. 2 big goals there by the leaders. Lindholm with 1. Slow sim. Matavish with 1. 5 minutes. We still up by 3. Gunther there with another. So we're up 5-1. 10 minutes left. Still up by 4. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And Ratty scores 1, but it's going to be too little too late. And we win game 5. So now we are up 3-2 in the series. That is awesome to see. I'm glad to see we had a bounce back game there back at home. Heading back to Vancouver here, game 6. Let's see if we can close this out. We get 2 attempts at this. Into game 6 we go. 2-1 us after 1. Gastrin and Fedorov and Peltier for Vancouver. Simulate through 2. And Fedorov there gets 1, so we are up 3-1 going into the third. Slow sim the third period here. Lekermacki there with another 4-1. 10 minutes left, up 4-1. And it looks like Utah will advance here through round 1. Game 6 belongs to Utah. We win the series by a score of 4-2, the game by a score of 4-1. And it looks like Utah will be advancing through to the second round. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. That's awesome to see. Let's go, Utah. I knew this was the team that could make it through at least the first round. Let's take a look at everything. And a surprising name here at the top of the list is Gastrin. It shouldn't really be all that surprising. He was the AHL player of the playoffs there for a little bit, as well as he was also the player of the year. I don't know, man. I think this Milton Gastrin guy is going to be awesome for us. He's up to an 85 overall. He's playing there on the third line. He's got 9 points in 6 games. Edmondson, again, a huge addition to this blue line. Yzerman there with 6 and 6. McTavish with 6 and 6. Breck with 5 and 6. Fedorov with 4. Fedotov with 4. Lekermacki with 4. Keller with 4. Gunther with 3. Ladonsky with 3. Yurchek with 3. Siliev with 3. Veneman with 3. With 2. Savoy with 2. Doan with 2. Simashev with 1. And Badinka with 0. Overall, all the points pretty spread out. I'm a little surprised there with Savoy and Doan not scoring as much as they were. But overall, really excited to see the numbers here. Gastrin chipping in, which is awesome to see as well. Look at the goalies here. Or I should say goalie Eli Vinny there with a 942 and a 196. So playing like he should be. So we continue those numbers going in here to round 2. Let's see who our opponent's going to be real quick. And our second round opponent is a fellow opponent, is a familiar foe, I should say. The Colorado Avalanche. Let's go see what they look like here in year 8. And so in 2031, they have Casey Middlestat with McKinnon and Ranton in there on the first line. They have Olason with Valeno and Tajalin. Lehkonen with Laturnin and Kako. Carlson with Poling and Torgerson. They still have Taze and Makar up on the first line with Adam Juracek and Samuel Girard, Drew Schock and Burnens. And in net, they have Jacob Fowler and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. This is going to be an interesting matchup. I'm kind of curious to see if we'll make it past the Colorado Avalanche this year. Let's go ahead. Let's jump in here to round 2, game 1. Let's see how we do. Game 1, here we go. First period. 2-2. Taze and Kako with Lekermacki and Siliev. Oh my goodness. All right, let's get through 2 here. 3-3, McKinnon and Juracek, our Juracek. And let's slow sim the third. This is going to be an interesting series. Middlestat on Vinny there, 4-3. 4-4, Doan there on Fowler. 10 minutes left, 4-4. Game 1, 5 minutes left, still tied. Oh my goodness, game 1, Colorado and Utah going to overtime. Let's go ahead and here and jump in. And it's our first time checking out our team here at home. Let's see how we do here. I'm excited. Colorado, Utah. Game 1 here at the Delta Center. Game 1. Here we go. McTavish, McKinnon. Yzerman coming in here on the rush, gets a shot. Oh, and Keller takes a penalty. A tripping call. 27 seconds into overtime. Oh, and we're short. 27 seconds in. We win the puck back. Everson over to Parker. Parker gets knocked off there by McKinnon. Olsen gets the shot there. Vinny covers up. Face off one back here by McTavish. And McKinnon stops the puck, and we get the puck out here. McTavish in here on the forecheck. McCarr gets it. And McTavish did with a big shot on net. That was almost loose shot there. Almost a chance for us to close it out short-handed. Simashev's got the puck. And he tries to flip it out, and it makes it out. Fedorov's got it. Rantanen's walking in. Rantanen holding up. Tries to get it to McCarr. McCarr scores. Both overtimes we've lost that we've watched. That's tough. Rantanen to McCarr. McCarr snipes it. Game 1 goes to Colorado. That's tough, and we had to watch it. Aw, man. That's a tough one to lose. What is Vinny doing there, man? He's on the complete wrong side of the net, too. That's just really tough to watch. Great play by them, but I don't know what Vinny's doing there. Another tough overtime loss there in game 1. We're going to sim up game 2 here. Same in Utah. See how we do. Period 1. 2-0 Utah. Doan and Gastra in there. Sim through 2. 4-0 Doan and Savoy. We're going to slow sim the third. Rantanen breaks the scoring for Colorado. Still 4-1 5 minutes in. 4-1 10 minutes in. And 5, 4, 3, 2. The Utah Pioneers are closing out game 2 to keep the score 1-1 here in the series. A great comeback there by the team. Let's go ahead and sim up to game 3 here in Colorado. And let's see how we do. In we go. Period 1. Colorado's up 2-0. Middle stat McKinnon. Period 2. Doan 2-1. We're going to slow sim the third here. 5 minutes in. We get a power play. Still 2-1 Colorado. 3-1 Colorado. Oh man, even after that long power play, we're able to tie it up. Doan there makes it 3-2. We still got time. And oh, we tie it up. We tie it up with 8 seconds left. Fedotov. Oh my goodness. And we're going to overtime yet again. Let's go ahead. We're jumping in here with a late tying goal there by Fedotov. And in we go. In Colorado. Overtime. Here we go. McTavish and McKinnon on the draw. McKinnon wins it back to McCarr. McCarr up the boards, up to Middlestat. It's contested. Middlestat gets it. Taze with a good shot. Saved there by Vinny. McTavish up to Keller. Keller in the zone. Takes a shot. Just misses the net. Edmondson there. McTavish has got it. Over to Keller. Keller with the one-timer. Just misses. One-on-one with Middlestat and Severson. Big hit there by Edmondson. Oh, my goodness. Huge hit. And now he's up with the puck. And Taze got a breakaway. Taze, huge save by Vinny to keep it locked at 3 here in overtime. Now he comes in, makes the play over to Savoy. Savoy gets a shot on net into the corner. Up to the point, over to Edmondson, over to Savoy. Tries to get a shot, gets blocked, and McCarr skating up now. Taze tries to center it, doesn't just make it. He's getting pinned up there by Fedorov. Taze into the slot, gets to the Savoy. Now Juracek to Kako, and he scores! Yet again, we lose in overtime that we're watching. Oh my goodness, and we're down now. Oh, that's tough. It's a tough way to lose in overtime. 2-1 now in the series. That's a tough way to lose. Puck there sitting in the slot. Kako scores. The guy that we tried to once sign in this series, or in this franchise mode series. He's the killer in overtime. Oh boy. Let's see what we could do here in game 4. And after that heartbreaking loss in game 3, we're going to simulate up to game 4 here. Let's go. In Colorado, down 2-1. Simulate through 1. We're up 1-0. Savoy there on Fowler. And we're going to simulate through 2. Parka there. We're up 2-0. It's going to slow sim. 5 minutes in. We're still up 2-0. 10 minutes, 2-0. Power play here for Utah. Doesn't do anything. 5 minutes left. 3, 2, Doan on Fowler. 1, and it looks like we're closing out game 4 here in Colorado. It's 2-2 heading back to Utah here for game 5. It's time for us to simulate up here. Let's jump into game 5. This is huge. Let's see what we could do. Silyev with another huge game. 13 points in 10 games. Let's simulate through the first period here. A 4-goal first period for the Colorado Avalanche. Man, we got to have a huge second period here. 4-0 still through 2. Slow sim the third. Through 5, still 4-0 Colorado after that huge first period by them. 10 minutes through, still 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is a commanding 4-0 lead and a 4-0 win by the Colorado Avalanche there in Game 5 in Utah. Man, that's upsetting. There's not a lot of ways to lose bad at home, but that is one of them right there. That is a tough way to lose at home there in Game 5. Elimination game here for us. Let's hope we come back. Ball Arena, Game 6. Let's hope we have a huge game here. Period 1, 2-1. 2 goals by Keller, 1 by Makar. Let's simulate period 2. 3-2. 2 goals, Olsen and Middlestat. Now let's slow sim the third. This elimination, it's all or nothing here. We need a goal. 12 minutes left. We got a power play. Nothing. 8 minutes left. 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. And we're going to jump in here. 26 seconds left. Let's see if our team can tie it up here. Like I said, 29 seconds left. 1 goal game. Let's see what we could do here. Big hit at the line. Fedotov gets it up to Edmondson. Up to Juracek. Juracek tries to get up in the zone here. They come in at the line. Makar makes the play. To the guy. Misses the net on the empty net. Over to Levitt. And they score on the empty net. Veleno closes it out in Game 6 here. And Utah will be eliminated. And Colorado will be advancing through to the 3rd round. Oh, another just frustrating defeat with this team in round 2. I don't know what it is. I don't know what this team needs anymore. Vinny with one last save here in the 3rd of Game 6. And that about wraps it up. And with a final score of 4-2 at Ball Arena here in Colorado, they will be moving on to the 3rd round. And yet again, Utah will be hitting those sunny golf courses because that's what we love to do as the Utah Pioneers. Through 8 seasons, we just love hitting the golf course. I thought those additions in McTavish and Edmondson were massive to this team. I thought we really had a shot here to make a huge plunge here and get past the Avalanche and go to the finals or do something here. We just didn't have enough juice, I guess. Oh my. Let's take a look here at the stats. Edmondson leaving our team here with 13 points in 12 games. It's not great to see, but it's really cool to see that our, guy that we just signed here in free agency is obviously doing really well. It's really cool to see. It's just not cool to see that our defenseman's leading our team in points. Then Doan here with 11. Gastrin, that is amazing to see from him. I wonder what he's going to do this summer. So Gastrin there with 11 in 12 games. Fedorov with 9. Keller with 8. Perek with 8. McTavish with 8. Savoy with 7. Yzerman with 6. Fedorov with 6. Juracek with 6. Lecker-Mackey with 5. Siliev with 5. Gunther with 4. Ladonsky with 3. And Vatanen with 2. And Simashev with 1. But Dinka with 0. Look at the goalies. Vinny there with a 9-2-3 and a 2-5-0. And it looks like at some point Olsen had to come in and finish a game there. He had 16 saves. Man, that's a tough way to lose there. We had some good stats and everything. We have some really tough decisions to make. We have some contracts to give out, some people to let go. Oh, man, I thought this was going to be the year. I really did. We had an amazing regular season. We had an amazing first round. I really thought this was our year, and it just wasn't. Simulating up here. Let's get through the rest of the playoffs. Let's see who our champion's going to be. And the Stanley Cup champions, can you believe it? The Buffalo Sabres somehow win the Stanley Cup before we do here in Utah. That is crazy. I don't know what universe we're in that the Buffalo Sabres finally won a cup, but I guess it took 8 years in this universe. Oh boy. Let's take a look here. So Utah, we will be picking number 16 here via New York because of that pick that we got. I thought they were going to do a little bit worse, but at least we're there in the lottery. Before we get here into the draft, though, I want to look at the awards real quick. But before we do that, let's look at the retiring players. Nugent Hopkins retiring here. He had 1,100 points, almost 1,200 points, 1,193 in almost 1,500 games. Ryan O'Reilly calling it quits. Same with Panarin there. Panarin, 1,122 points. Zibanejad and Panarin Panarin both calling it quits in the same year. Stone, Gensel calling it quits. Huberdeau, Hurdle, Couturier, Morgan Riley, Natushkin, Chris Kreider. Man, that whole line. Zibanejad, Panarin, and Chris Kreider all calling it quits. Jenner, Hamilton, Jones, Strome also calling it quits. So that another ex-Ranger, Lawton, Giroux, Wenberg, Christopher Stephenson. We're starting to get some other names here. Look at the goalies. Frederick Anderson and Hellebuck's calling it quits. Look at his career here. He had 847 games, 427 wins, 49 shutouts. It's a good career from him. Gibson, Nedeljkovic, and Stolars, Peterson, Lankinen, Johansson, and then Spencer Martin. Like I said, quick look at the awards here real quick. Buffalo wins the Stanley Cup. New Jersey wins the President's Trophy. Edmonton with the Prince Campbell. And the Prince of Wales goes to the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo beats Edmonton there. Bratt with the Art Ross. McDavid with the Hart. James Norris goes to Luke Hughes. So the Makar gets dethroned there of the Norris Trophy. Hughes wins this time. Bratt gets the Lady Bring. Calder goes to Cruz. Conn Smythe goes to Kamagachi. So that dude apparently is just an absolute machine because he won the Maurice Bouchard. Now he finally broke the Buffalo curse, so Conn Smythe winner there. Vinny wins the Vezina. No way. So we finally get the Vezina winner there in Vinny. We hold on to him and he finally does well. That's good to see. Jennings goes to Devin Levi. Bill Masterton goes to Iro. Jack Adams goes to Lutz, who's the Montreal coach, and Leo Carlson there with the Selke. McDavid with the Ted Lindsay and the Maurice Bouchard. That's the NHL awards. Quick look at the AHL awards here. Calder Cup goes to the Syracuse Crunch, and again, I'm not going to say them all, but just going to show them. Individual awards in the AHL. We had Glenn Cross, who's that medium elite guy that we just pulled up here. He obviously just won the American League's most outstanding rookie, so that's really cool to see. And after that look at the awards, I believe it's time for us to go ahead and jump in here and keep getting to the draft. So let's advance that last day. And we're here. So without further ado, let's jump into the draft and let's see what we can do. Jumping into the draft here. Trying to see if anyone wants to trade up or anything. And it's time for us to make our first round pick this year. Pick 16 from the New York Rangers. I think we're going to pick up this Sadika guy. He's a medium top 6 forward. He's going to go 13th overall here. Since he plays a 200-foot game, he says he's NHL ready. So let's go ahead. Let's bring him in here. Let's see what he actually is. 77 overall, medium top 6 forward. I think that's a great pick in this round because we need guys in year 8 and 9 that are actually able to play. So we don't need guys that are going to take 3+ years anymore. Now we need guys that are actually going to be ready to play in the NHL in that first round. In the first round, we got our second pick, which I believe is our pick. Go ahead and sim in here. Looking here, we have 3 guys that we have pinned for our scouts at least. We don't have any pins up, so we're going to go best available. Or actually, let's try this Makinen guy. We have a little bit more on him. Medium top 6 forward, so at least we're getting another medium top 6 forward in there. And pick number 40, we have a medium elite guaranteed here. He's a left wing. Let's see what he actually is. 53 overall, guaranteed medium elite. I think it's a steal here in the second round. Moving on to pick number 60. I believe this is our other second round pick here, so let's go ahead and make our pick. And we do have a guy, it's a gem, low top 6 forward again, going number 62 here. So let's go ahead and pick him up and see what he is. 62 overall, low top 6 forward. So we're going to be loaded with them, but again, this team needs a lot of prospects, but looking for a few more that we're going to be more NHL ready. Swimming all the way to pick 99 here in the 4th round. Go ahead and make our selection. We have a goalie. He's potentially a medium franchise goalie. Let's see what he actually is. Another medium elite goalie in the system. This time it's Jay Huey. 52 overall, medium elite. Dang, that's another great pickup for this team. I definitely don't think this goalie is going to make it out, so he's definitely going to be a trade piece. But other than that, it's a great pickup for this team. We're going to trade here with the Toronto Maple Leafs to trade back up here in the draft. These guys we want to pick up for pick 106. So trading our 124th and 204 over to them. Let's see what they say. Trade's accepted. And with that pick, there's another guaranteed low elite here. Offensive defenseman. Let's go ahead and pick him up. 71 overall, low elite here in the 4th round, the end of the 4th round. That is a massive pickup for this team, I believe. I think he might actually turn into something potentially. I think that's the best pick here in the 4th round so far. We're going to trade here with the Boston Bruins to trade up and down for the last 2 picks that we have. So let's go ahead and see what they say. Trade's accepted. I think it's another good trade for this team to get the guys that we want here in the draft. And with our second to last pick here at the draft, pick 121, we have this guaranteed medium top 6 forward. Let's see what he actually is. 57 overall, guaranteed medium top 6 forward. And getting into our last pick here in the NHL draft. So there's a guy here who's a guaranteed low top 6 forward, but he's got 5 years. I've never seen that before. 5 years ETA into the NHL. So I think I might take the reach here on Brunette. Let's see if he actually is a medium elite, medium top 6 forward. So that didn't work out. But like I said, we don't need all those long 5+ year prospects anymore. We need guys that could technically play today. So I guess it was worth a shot. I believe that's all the picks that we have here in the draft. So I think we're just going to move forward, sim through the rest of the draft here. I think that was a pretty successful one for us. I think it was, a lot of good additions. We didn't trade up like we normally do. I don't think we needed to. So let's go ahead. Let's get into the re-sign phase here, and let's see who we need to bring back. First contract extension we need to get out, obviously, is Clayton Keller here. He's the star of the show. He's down to an 89 overall now, but he wants 4 years again. I'm not willing to do that. I want to give him 1 year, 11.9. Let's go ahead and see what he says to this contract. The massive free agent addition and Edvidson here. He wants to come back. Let's see what he wants. He wants 8 years, and he wants a discount now at 12 million. Dang, okay. I might bring him in 4 years here. 4 years, 12.5. I think that would be a pretty good contract for him as well. Savoy wants another contract. I would say that 3 years at 9.5 for you would be pretty good. I think I'm going to hold off on you for a minute, though, because guys like Fedorov, I am going to qualify you real quick. 8.5 for 1. 8.75 for 4 years here for Fedorov. Let's see what he says. McTavish also needs a contract. He wants 7 years, 9.2. 2 years at 8.8. I think that's a pretty solid contract for McTavish, so we're going to offer him that. Down here, Fedotov needs another contract, and he wants to come back. 1 year, 1.7. Let's see what he says. Vatainen wants to come back. We're going to RFA him. Badinka does not want to come back. That's not really a surprise as well. Don't really want to pay $3 million for an 82. Ledowski wants to come back. We're just going to RFA him. Milano doesn't want to come back, not surprised. Burke finally needs his contract. We're going to offer him his entry-level deal. Steele wants to come back. We'll offer him his 1 or 2-way deal. Vellemans needs a contract here. Let's look at him real quick. I'll give you another 2-year deal. Wood wants another 2-year deal, so let's go ahead. Madison here, we're just going to qualify. Ratty, give him another 1 or 2-year deal. Lane, we're just going to qualify. Same with Monks. Sadikov here, we're going to hold off. Nielsen, again, we're just going to qualify. Budak, I think it's time to assign him to his entry-level deal. He's now a 75 overall medium or a low elite there, so that's really cool to see. Morden, I'm probably going to hold off on you. You're a 7th D now, so we're going to probably release you. Anderson, it's time for you. You're a low elite that's now 75 overall as well, so we're just going to qualify you. Vatanen, another low elite. We're just going to qualify. He's up to a 74. Layton, he's up to a 73. We're going to qualify. Nesterov, we're just going to qualify. Same with Bartley and Vorobov. So we're going to offer him his entry-level deal. Same with Robertson. Cavalo and Bitts. Cavalo, we're probably going to hold off from. I might sign Bitch just because he's younger here. So we'll sign him to entry-level deal. We'll let go of those two. We'll let go of this top 6 forward as well. We'll sign him just because those low elites have been turning out for us. So we signed him to his entry-level deal. Other than that, I think that's all the contracts we need to sign. Let's go ahead and make sure, though. Let's check the goalies. Vinny does need a contract here, and so does Cavalo. I don't know if we're going to be... We're obviously going to be giving Cavalo his contract, but we're just going to qualify him for now. Vinny needs his real deal now. He's a 91 overall. Oh, my goodness. And he wants a contract. He definitely wants to get paid. He wants $11.5 million. Oh, man. I guess after becoming the Vezina Trophy winner there, you definitely do want to get paid, huh? That was $11.5 million. I was not expecting to have to pay here. So I'm not willing to lose Vinny for nothing here. I'm not making the same mistake I made twice there with Spencer Knight and then not picking up the goalies that made, we're not making that same mistake again here. So Vinny, we're going to bring him in 1-year deal. I know he's asking for the world here. He's asking for $11.5 million. That's crazy. We're going to give him 11.25. Hopefully he'll say yes to this. And then, like I said, I mean, if he's just not worth it, if he's not putting up those numbers again, we'll trade him, I guess, 50% retained for his value. But yeah, we can't lose him a 91 overall goalie for nothing again. So we're just going to sign him here. We'll see what he says. Francois, we're going to offer him his contract as well, so we don't lose him. And then besides that, I think that's all of the contracts that I'm ready to give out. I think I'm going to hold off on giving Savoy his contract for now. But besides that, I think that's all the contracts that I needed to give out that I was going to. So let's go ahead and sim up a few days and let's see who signs and who doesn't. McTavish re-signs with us. I think it's a great contract extension with him. Pitch signs, Steele signs. So there's Keller. Robertson doesn't, it looks like. Edmondson signs. It's a great contract for us as well. So there's Ratty, Fedorov, Burke, Philemons, Tolofsson, and Vinny. And Fedotov doesn't, so I think we're going to offer him another one. Francois. So a lot of contracts there being accepted. So let's see who I have to re-sign here after that. And with the guys who didn't sign, I think it's time for us to just sim to the free agency and see what's out there. So let's do that. Let's see who's out there in free agency. Leighton signed his RFA, so is Monks, Adams, Tainen, Lane, Vasanen, Ladowski, Bartley, Nesterov, Andersons, Nielsen. They all signed their RFA deals. And I believe now we are into free agency. So let's see who is officially out there on the block. And looking into free agency here, William Eklund is the #1 guy on the block here. He wants $14 million for 7 years. I'm definitely not willing to give him that. I moved on from Savoy for a reason. I want to pick up William Eklund here. No teams are interested though, so I think we're just going to sim up a few days and see if his price will go down a little bit. We have about $9.5 million in cap space here, so hopefully he'll come down quite a bit. Let's hopefully even sign him to a 1-year deal. Besides that, I don't think we're missing out on much here due to their wanted 8.7 and someone's willing to give it to him. That's crazy. He's 27. He's an 86 overall now. They got Owen Power here making 7.7. Yeah, so I think we made the right moves here. So let's see if we can get William Eklund to sign with us here. I'm not sure what we're going to be able to do. Let's see in a few days and let's see if his asking price goes down. And we're going to be bringing back 35-year-old Alex Tuch here. He's an 87 overall now. He wants $4 million for 1 year. Let's see what he says. I think that's going to be another great contract for us. I don't think we're going to be able to bring in Eklund. We only have $9 million here, so might as well bring in some depth. Let's see what he says. And the last guy we're going to bring in here for the 4th line is a C. Lund guy. He's got 88 face-offs. He only wants $2 million for 1 year. We'll give him 2.1 just to make sure he comes here. Let's see what he says. And Lund signs with us, so I think it's a huge signing there for our 4th line. Let's advance another day. And Tuck signs as well. So again, I think it's another huge depth addition on this team. With the X factors, he's still an 87 overall. Welcome back to the Utah, Alex Tuck. And I believe that's all the signings we need to make. So let's go ahead. Let's sim in the next season. And let's see if any of our RFAs sign. I believe we have one more there in Vatanen that needs to sign. Besides that, I think that's all the moves we make. So let's see what the team's looking like going in here to year 9. I believe we're going to offer up Vatanen his contract now. He wants a contract here, 1.5 for 2 years. Let's see what he says. And Vatanen signs with us. I think that's a great signing for that third and 4th line there. We're going to go ahead and sign Cavalo here to another 1-year deal. Let's go ahead and do that. And Cavalo signs. So I believe that is finally all the signs we need to make. So again, we're just going to sim to next year and let's see what this team's looking like. Looking at the team here going to year 9, we have Yzerman with McTavish and Keller up on the 1st line, Gunther, Doan, and Fedorov there on the 2nd, Ladowski, Gastrin, and Leckermacki on the 3rd, and then Tuck coming back and playing with Burke and Vatanen on the 4th. And on defense, we have Edmondson and Yerk rocking the 1st, Silyev and Perek rocking the 2nd, and Guguliev and Simishev rocking the 3rd. And then in net, we have 91 Vinny. So that is going to be a dangerous team in my opinion. Let's take a look here at the AHL lineup. It's starting to get a little bit thin, but Villemans is still rocking in there. Ratty Lane, Bykov, Glenncross, another medium elite coming up. Wood, Book, Montz, Robertson, Bartley, Nielsen, and the other Vatanen. Vayason, Eakin, Levio, Anderson, Bufflin, and Adams. And then in net, we still have Cavalo and Donovan. Both these goalies, man, an 85 and Donovan's up to an 84. So we have a lot of tough decisions to make during the year this year. I don't know if Vinny's going to be the goaltender of the future here. He wants $11.5 million. And you know, in franchise mode, it's not worth paying goalies that much. I might have the tandem there of the two high, starter goalies. I might bring in Donovan. I'm not really sure what we're going to do yet. But for now, we're just going to rock with Vinny. We have the money to do it. So we're going to see how he does this year so far. He was the Vezina Trophy winner. Besides all that, I think we're ready to jump in here to year 9 of this Utah build. I'm surprised we haven't had as much success as we have. Without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's jump into it. I think it's been enough time with this rebuild. I think it's time to jump into year 9 and see if we can be successful. So we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that bell and subscribe so you know every time we drop a video here on the channel. Also, make sure you hit our other channels at SellingHard, at Twitch, Instagram, and X for all our up-to-date content on our other platforms. We'll catch you next time, and peace.